Good morning, guys. This is a video basically telling you it's not about the clicks, the followers, the who does, the whatever. I'm making this because I want to share my journey of what I'm doing. That's the whole reason. So, this video might get 3 views. Doesn't matter to me. It's more about sharing kind of what I'm doing and what I'm creating. So if you guys have been following me for a while, my background is I'm a carpenter, I'm a builder. And then over the past kind of 6 months, I've really transitioned into owning a couple online businesses. And what this video is all about is to try to get people just to get out of their shell a little bit more and just be like, I'm just going to give it a go. Like, I was playing around with 3 different SD cards. They're all out of storage. I wanted this video to be perfect and stuff. And I just went, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to literally get the camera out and start recording and start talking, because there's never a better time to start building something than right now. And that is so important that I think people need to know. Like, don't wait for it to be perfect to launch it. Just start doing something. I wanted to start making my personal brand, and I was thinking of all the different ways, the first video, the perfect video that I should make to showcase what I'm doing. But in reality, I guess, it's just better if I just started straight away, because I could have shown the whole journey from the past 6 months. I'll give you a little recap of kind of like where I'm at now and where we want to go and my story, all my current businesses that I have. So like I said, I used to be a builder. I did 6 years in carpentry and then another 2 years in building. And then I went, fuck it. I got over it and I wanted to create a business where I could work from anywhere. I could make good money. I could work whatever hours I wanted to do. And I didn't feel like building or the construction industry was going to get me there. I love construction. I love building. I find it so interesting. But the time frame that I was looking at to get to where I wanted to get, I didn't think it was achievable for what I was willing to put in. I'm not going to say it's not achievable, but just for what I was willing to put in, I didn't think it was. And the risk to reward really didn't add up for me. If something goes wrong in building, it could cost you hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Whereas if something goes wrong in other businesses, which a lot of shit does go wrong all the time, it's not as, I just don't feel as liable. I don't feel like I'm not going to wreck someone's life. I'm not saying this as in like, I'm planning on doing things wrong. I'm just saying that all this amount of work to do a bathroom, for example, weeks and weeks of, doing something right, and you have one trade that fucks up and then it costs you the whole job and then some. And then cascade that over a multitude of different jobs, because the level of what we want to get to, or what I want to get to, is I'm not just doing one bathroom a week. It'd be hundreds a week that I'd have to do to reach my goal. So taking me back, carpenter, builder, transitioned into e-commerce was my first online business. I started Easy Prime around about 4 years ago. I really leveraged my personal brand, Con the Builder, from that, because I was posting a lot in construction. So I started a brand that was like a parallel of a construction company. So anyone who was interested in Con the Builder would somewhat be interested in the e-commerce items that I was selling. Had pretty good success, not straight away. Took a couple of months to kind of kickstart it and get it moving. But I think ultimately we've done around 2.2 million in sales in Easy Prime. That's over 3 years. Or 4 years. Obviously the first year or even year and a half was like, we'd be lucky to do an $1,000 a month because it was all organic. And then I figured out how to advertise and market. And that is what just exploded that business. That just went from doing $1,000 months to $3,000 days, like in a matter of 6 months. And so that was like the big turning point. Once I figured out that there's so much potential in advertising, I basically started an advertising agency and I started running ads for the building business, which was Beechwood Builders, to get more work in, which is like lead generation advertising. That worked out so well. I kind of transitioned that to all my friends. So like all my friends who had building businesses or even construction trades businesses, I did the same thing for them. Got a bit of a proof of concept going, and that's how Tradie Pulse was born. That's the next business. So we had Easy Prime first, and then now Tradie Pulse. Tradie Pulse is marketing and advertising, Google, Meta, all that type of stuff, and like CRMs and automations. So yeah, that started that. We started in April of 2025, and right now it's November. And I'll show you my Stripe account with how quickly kind of the success has come from that. This isn't like to really flex. This is just to be like, I feel like I'm kind of coming into the idea that I've made the right decision in transitioning. So a big thing for me was monthly recurring revenue. But basically in a matter of kind of what'll be April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So in a matter of 7 months, I've taken a business that was doing 0 to over $40,000 in recurring revenue. It's not an overnight success because I've spent years learning everything about how to do it, but knowing that I can create something that is going to make that amount of money recurring every single month is just crazy to me. And I think that, going from here, it's just going to go up. So the next step from here is now we've opened up an AI agency that's part of Tradie Pulse, and we basically work on creating AI agents. The reason I kind of did this is because I see the trend in the market. There's so much push on AI. If I could recommend anything to someone who's looking to get into, starting an online business and trying to transition like I did, don't go for marketing because it's so competitive. The effort it takes to get an AI client compared to getting a marketing client is like chalk and cheese. It's insane how quickly we can get AI customers compared to marketing. And to save you guys time and to save you guys effort, I would say go straight for the AI, learn as much as you can. I'm going to be posting a lot more videos on like how we're using AI. So if you want to watch those, see you guys in the future. It's not all about likes, comments, queries, and nomads. Don't know where that came from, but just start doing something. Thanks, guys. Also, I want to do another video 6 months from now. So this is our current office for Tradie Pulse. That's my desk there. That's Angelo's. That's Adrian's. This is also shared with all the Easy Prime product. I want to see where we are 6 months from now. Could be in a 6-story building if we're lucky. But, keep following along. I want to watch this back when I'm 40 and be like, Connor, you dickhead. I'm going now. Bye.